Hello guys, welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for coming in. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do post videos weekly, and that way you'll be first to know whenever I do upload a new one. So if you have been following my channel, I really appreciate you guys. Thanks for coming back in. You do know that I do a series called Self-Care Saturdays, where it's all about self-care, self-love, and doing everything to just make yourself a better person as a whole. Today, we're going to be talking about how to deal with negative people in your life. I feel every single person has come across someone negative in their life. Whether that's someone that just makes them feel drained or exhausted, or that person who's always complaining and you just, come on, tell me something good. Those people are so draining and just exasperating to me, and I just personally can't stand being around them. So I want to share 5 tactics that you can use to deal with these negative people in your life. So take a seat, get comfortable, and let's get started. If you have not already, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel. When you subscribe, we automatically become best friends. So my first recommendation is don't take it personally. Every single person has their own journey and has their own thing going on, and their negative behavior, their complaining, their bad attitude seriously has nothing to do with you. My advice to help deal with them is to try and feel sorry for them. Just realize like there's something really dark and sad going on that they have to be that negative all the time. So take pity on them and just realize it has nothing to do with you. A bit of advice that I did hear once that I often remind myself is when these people are speaking negatively, when they're speaking nasty, when they're complaining, they're not really talking to you. Envision them talking to a mirror. So their negative attitude is how they feel about themselves. My next tip is to try and view their negativity as a lesson. View it as kind of a role model as to what not to be. I know that when I'm around someone and I realize like, wow, they're just kind of making me feel down, like they're draining me, I ask myself, why are they making me feel this way? What is it that they're doing to release that negative energy? And I make a mental note to myself, I don't ever want to make someone feel like that. So I'm going to use this as a lesson to not be that type of person. Part of that, using them as a lesson, is using it as a reminder to stay grateful for the situation that you are in. I think if you pick up on someone's negative energy, that means that you're just genuinely more positive than they are. So use that as a reminder that your situation is good, that you have a lot of things to be happy and positive and grateful for. My next tip would be don't feel like you have to fix them. I know that's a fault. I don't want to say fault. It's a trait of mine that I usually try and fix things, especially with people that I care about. However, if someone is down that negative path in their life, it's not your responsibility to try and fix them. And it's okay to just focus on yourself and not feel guilty about fixing them. That's something I always try to do, especially with friends, and these were probably friends that were kind of toxic relationships and I shouldn't have had in my life in the first place. And as I get older and through the years, I've learned that and learned to recognize those types of people. But I always try to fix them. You know, when they're complaining and they're down and they're negative, I would always try and, be that lending ear and listen and, try and make recommendations. And that got so draining because literally my advice would go in one ear and out the other. Many of these people just want to stay negative and they just want to feel bad for themselves and they don't want to fix their situation. And you taking that energy and making that effort to try and fix them is kind of pointless and it's just a waste of your time. So my 4th tip would be to challenge them. And I know that sounds weird and I know it sounds kind of aggressive, but I use this tactic when this is someone that I genuinely do care about and I do want to keep them in my life. I ask them like, hey, why are you such a Debbie Downer today? What's going on? Why are you being so negative? Maybe, you know, it's just a hard day for them. Maybe their boss is just a jerk at work and, you know, they're grumpy, or they don't realize that they're even being negative. But challenge them. Say, hey, what's going on? Or, you know, Miss Grumpy, tell me something good. You know, it's okay if you really do care about someone and you want to keep them in your life, to challenge them and to ask them, like, why are you so negative? What is going on? What can you do to address that? Fifth and final tip for dealing with negative people, and this is worst case scenario. If you have tried to brush them off, if you tried to give them advice, cut them out. It's okay to cut a toxic, negative person out of your life. In fact, I highly recommend it. As I got older and, you know, I was balancing and juggling more things, I realized how valuable my time is. And if you're wasting time on someone that is just toxic and negative and makes no effort to fix themselves and then offers no value to you as a friendship, I know that sounds horrible, but cut them out. It's okay. It's all right to do that. And I know it's a hard thing for some people to do. Me, I've never had a problem be like, bye Felicia, get out of my life. But it's something that you do have to do and realize you only have 24 hours in a day with your work and spending time with your family and handling your responsibilities and going to the gym and going grocery shopping. Your friendships, your relationships, your social settings, don't immerse yourself in a bunch of people that are negative. There is a true fact to the phrase, birds of a feather flock together. And if you are surrounding yourself with these awful, negative Debbie Downers, that's all you're gonna be associated with. I know that sounds really harsh, and I kind of feel bad for saying that. Actually, no, I really don't, because it really has helped me and make me realize how important my relationships are to me. And when I look back at past toxic relationships with negative people that I kept in my life, I look back and I realize, wow, I wasted so much time with that person. So those were my tips on how to deal with negative people in your life. Just to summarize, that is 1, do not take it personally. 2, try and view their negativity as a lesson for your own positivity. 3, don't feel like you have to fix them. 4, challenge them, ask them why they're being so negative. And 5, worst case scenario, feel free to cut that toxic negative person out of your life. I really do hope that these help you. Thank you again for watching Self-Care Saturdays. I hope you are enjoying it. I know I love talking about these things. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please feel free to leave a comment in the comment box below. What are some issues that you've come across with negative people in your life? How have you addressed those negative people? I would love to hear them, and I would love to start a conversation. Again, make sure that you have subscribed to my channel. I also left the links to my other social media links in the description box below. I really appreciate you guys watching. I'll catch you next time.